If you follow Jesus, you can expect opposition. Okay, so Jesus is having this conversation with his disciples, right? And basically, it goes a little something like this. This world hates me. So they're probably going to hate you too because you're following me. In fact, it's almost a guarantee. In fact, you go to read John chapter 15, it's not a real encouraging passage in a lot of ways. I mean, yes, there are encouraging things in it, like the promise of the Holy Spirit. But Jesus basically is telling his disciples, if you're my follower, okay, it's going to be hard. But here's the thing, you only have life if you stay connected to me. You know, he goes through that whole thing about I am the vine, you are the branches. Remain in me. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. But if you're disconnected from me, you will be like a dried up, dead vine. It's been disconnected from the root vine. So here's the deal. Jesus looks at you and he says, in me you have life. But it may cost you something. You may lose popularity. People may not like you. And here's the thing, students. I can tell you this today. That whenever you follow Christ, you are almost always going to have opposition. Now listen, it's going to come from your friends. It could come at home. It's always going to come from Satan. But it comes from all over the place. It comes from your sports team. People out there don't want you to follow Christ, and that for various reasons. Some, it makes them guilty when they see you living the right way, and they just don't want to feel guilty, so they're going to give you a hard time about it. Some people are going to look at you and they just disagree with what you stand for, so they're going to come against you. There's this one verse at the end of this rant that Jesus has in John chapter 15 and 16, where it's John 16:33, and I'm going to read to you what he says. He says, I've said these things to you, that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world. Look, it's kind of a guarantee. If you follow Christ, there's going to be trouble. It's just a part of it. But Jesus says, in me you have peace. I've overcome this world. I've already won. There's nothing they can do to you that I can't take care of. There's another place. In Matthew chapter 10, verse 28, and here's what it says. And do not fear those who kill the body but cannot kill the soul, but rather fear him who can destroy both soul and body in hell. In other words, there's nobody out there who can do worse to you than what God could do if you live in rebellion against him. Listen, if you're a follower of Christ, you're in his hands. You don't have anything to worry about. And you're going to have opposition when you follow Christ. It's going to be hard. It's not easy. That's why a follower of Christ is called a disciple. The root word of discipline. Yeah, discipline is not easy, but it's something you have to work at, and it's something that's worth it, and it will grow you and make you better. Last thing. In the book of Psalms, chapter 34, verse 19, I want to read this to you. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him out of them all. Listen, you can trust God that he will deliver you out of all of your afflictions. There's nobody who can take your soul out of his hands if you're a true Christian. Just remember, it doesn't matter what anybody does to you. It is worth it to follow Jesus Christ. And yes, you will have trouble, but it is worth it. Follow him. He'll take care of you.